Hello, my name is Jackson and welcome to upwitcenter. Today we're going to talk about how to create a quick query in SAP. The query tool is very useful to create reports without need of ABAP developments. There are two types of query tools in SAP, the SAP Quick Viewer and the SAP Query for User Group. Basically, the difference between these tools, it's the SAP Quick Viewer, it's more for a quick extraction that you have to send for your users or for some business requester. You don't have time to create something very sophisticated. You just need to send the extraction of two tables, of join of two or three tables. And the SAP Query for User Group, it's more when you want to make this report available for the user for the day-by-day activities. There are some difference between them. The queries created through SAP Query for User Group can be used by different users, while the query created through SAP Quick Viewer only can be used by the user who creates the query. So if you want to make this available, you need to choose the second option, the SAP Query for User Group. Instead, you use the SAP Quick Viewer. The SAP Quick Viewer, you can create a transaction, for example, if you want. It's possible to, a transaction for this program. Second option, it's possible to include new fields and manipulate them, while in the SAP Quick Viewer, allow only to use the fields defined into SAP table. So it's not possible to create different fields from the SAP transparent tables. Finally, the SAP Query for User Group automatically brings the description tests when you use a field which has some text assigned, while the SAP Quick Viewer does not have this functionality. So as you can see, the SAP Quick Viewer is more a simple tool that you use for some quick extraction, but it's not sophisticated and don't have many resources. The SAP Quick Viewer can be called by menu or directly by transaction SQVI. As you can see, you can click in System, Services, and Quick Viewer, and you can see the SAP Quick Viewer. Let's start the demonstration. The transaction, as I said, it's SQVI. So first, you need to define the name of your report or query. So I will create a query with information from tables EKEYKO and KeyPO. That's it's the header and item tables for purchase orders in MM. Here we have some buttons that you can copy, you can rename, and you can delete your query. You also can execute with a variant or in background. So let's create the query. You can push the button create. Here you can define a name for your query, like report of POs. Here you choose table join. That's a join of two tables. Of course, you could create with more tables, but depending of the connection between the tables, it's complicated to have some reliable information. I recommend to do not use so many tables with queries. Also, there is some performance issues that you need to be careful, because when you execute a query, it can bring so many data that can make your environment slow. For some companies, it's forbidden to use queries. Not all the companies allow the users or the consultants to use queries. Here in this next step, you can choose the tables. So I will type the first table and after the other table. As you can see, the connection, the link between the tables are automatically. I already know for this join of these two tables, we can have some issues with the item level. So I will delete this connection to have more clear connection without the item. And go back. So here in this screen, in the left side, you have all the fields of the two tables, and you can choose the list of fields that you want to show in your report and the select options, select fields. So the filter that you want to use in your report. So I will create a report with the purchase doc number, company code, language key, name of the person who created, purchase organization, purchasing group. So basically you can select any fields of the table and any fields as selection fields. And going down, I can choose some fields from the item table too. So this will be shown in the report. Company code, plant, material number, description, plant, storage location. After choose all the fields that you want for your report, you need to save. Here in the right side, you can change the sequence that your report will show the fields. So if you want, for example, first the purchasing group before the purchasing organization, so you can go up and change the order. So here you have the selection fields, data source, that's a table join, and sort sequence. So now we're gonna test this to see if it's working. First check, it's okay, no error consistency, and execute. So here in this screen, you can see that the title of the report, it's like we defined it before, and the selection fields that we already defined in the last screen. Here you can also create a variant with the data that you want to show. So I will create test. And here you can choose the hide fields, the mandatory fields, etc. as any variant. Let's choose one purchasing organization and execute. So there is no date for this purchasing organization, so I will not select any purchasing organization and execute. So as you can see, there is the results. As you can see, this is the results of this report, and In this part you can see it's basically a RLV report with all the options that this option of report offers. As you can see, you can extract for a spreadsheet or anything. You can execute a query using the transaction start_report. Of course, you can use also the transaction to run a program like SC38 or SA38. Here you can see the program name for this query. Go to the system status and here you can copy the program name for this query. Open another window and type the transaction start report. Finally, you can copy and paste the name of the program and execute. Here you finally find your query. Any user can use this query using this start_report. If you have the program name, any user can use that. Today we have learned about how to create a quick query through SQVI and also how to execute a query using the transaction start_report. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you and see you next time.